Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you how to effectively use Sphinx to generate documentation for your Python projects. I realized that there are not a lot of tutorials covering this subject. So yeah, I decided to create this tutorial. So the first thing that we need to do is to create a virtual environment. By the way, this is a folder in which I have my modules. So these are modules for a simple program um, that allows us to add books, to list books, to remove books, to search for books. So something that, for example, a person that works in a library can use. So yeah, like I said, the first thing that we need to do is to create a virtual environment. If we don't create a virtual environment, we will likely encounter errors. So to create a virtual environment, I'll just open the terminal, and then it's currently on PowerShell. We don't want to use PowerShell. It tends to cause issues. So I'm going to switch to command prompt, and then we're going to create our virtual environment. Am I in the correct folder? Sphinx tutorial. Yeah, I'm in the correct folder. So now I'm just going to create our virtual environment. That's going to be python -mvenv. We're just going to name the virtual environment venv. Now let's wait. Okay, yes, let's wait. Let's give it a second to create the virtual environment. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Okay, perfect. So our virtual environment has been created. Now, the next step is to create a folder. We're just going to name it docs, and this is where we want Sphinx to put all our documentation. So I'm just going to come here in a new folder, not within the book app folder. We want it to be in the root directory of the Sphinx tutorial folder. So anyway, here. So we're just going to name it docs, like I said. Okay, perfect. So we got our virtual environment in this folder titled docs. Now the next thing is to activate our virtual environment, and to do that we have to type the name of the virtual environment, which is in this case venv, and then scripts. Let me just check if it's indeed script. Yes, it's script, and then // and then activate. Activate. Okay, perfect. Okay, our virtual environment has been activated. Now we need to install Sphinx within this virtual environment. So that's going to be pip install -u Sphinx. Okay, perfect. Now Sphinx is being installed. Let's wait. Go, 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 go. Come on. Almost there, I believe. Go, 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 go. So anyways, while we're waiting, the next step rather would be to install the theme, which is a Sphinx RTD theme. So that is what we are going to install as soon as Sphinx has been successfully installed. I'm just going to ignore this for now. I will do that later. I'll upgrade pip later. So now let's install the theme, like I said. So I'm going to use this command, pip install Sphinx dash rtd dash theme. Hopefully this is not going to take forever. Okay, perfect. That's nice. That's very nice. Now we need to change our directory into the docs folder because we're currently in our Sphinx tutorial folder, which is like the main folder in which we have all our other folders. So I'm just going to do cd docs. There we go. Once we are in docs, rather, I wanted to say cd docs. So once we are in our docs folder, we're just going to run the Sphinx quick start command. Let's see what this is going to do. So it's asking us to whether we want to separate source and build directories. I'm just going to hit enter, which is no by default. And then the project name, what can we name this? Let's just name it book up. And then the authors, that's me. I'll just put my name, and then project release, I'm just going to do 1.0, and then English, I'm going to hit enter. Project language, rather, I'm going to hit enter for the default, which is English. And there we go. So I'm just going to check in our docs folder to see what has been created, and this is what we now have. This is what has been created for us by Sphinx. Now we need to modify our conf.py file, which is this one. We need to add a few things in here. So we need to add extensions. So the first extension that we're going to add here is Sphinx ext autodoc. So I believe it's autodoc. Oh, seems like something is suggesting stuff for us here, and that's Copilot, I believe. Maybe for the sake of time, let's just use that. We found a reference to public code and recent suggestion. We're just going to ignore that. So we've got Sphinx ext autodoc and Sphinx ext Napoleon. These are the ones that we want. Just going to add one more though. Just going to put a comma here, and then maybe remove the space. And then the one that I want us to add is Sphinx view code. So I'm just going to copy this, because only one thing that we need to modify, and then I need a quotation mark here. Why are we getting a squiggly line? Because there isn't a space. Think so? Okay, perfect. Yeah. And then now we need to replace autodoc with view code. So view code, perfect. Why is this one giving us a squiggly line? It says line is too long, so we're just going to move this to the next line. Move this to the next line as well. And then why is this giving us, why is this giving us a squiggly line, unknown word? Okay, we're just going to ignore that. I don't think it's going to cause any issues. Now, what else do we need to add? We need to also import OS and sys here. So that's going to be import OS, and then there our Copilot is suggesting that we import sys, and then it's also suggesting exactly what we want to type. So yeah, we need to put all of that. Then if you're not using Copilot, then you can just type these manually. You can just pause the video and then just type these manually. So what else do we want to do? We need to change our theme here from Alabaster to RTD theme, Sphinx RTD theme, the one that we installed a few minutes ago. So we're just going to say Sphinx. There we go. Copilot making life easy for us again. So Sphinx RTD theme. Perfect. Now what do we need to do? So we need to generate our RST files, and to generate them we need to run this command I'm going to show you in a second. But before we run that command, we need to cd backwards. We need to move outside of the docs folder. So that's going to be cd backwards, and then this is the command that I was referring to. Let's execute it. So Sphinx dash API API docs, Sphinx dash API doc. dash o docs, and the the name of the folder in which our modules are, and we know that our modules are currently within this book app folder. So we're just going to type the name of that folder there. So that's book underscore app. Okay, perfect. Now before I execute it, just to avoid any issues, I'm just going to create this file here. That's going to be underscore underscore init underscore underscore dot py. So this just tells Python that book app, this folder over here, is a package. Okay, perfect. Now let's execute this command. Go back to the terminal and execute our command. Let's see what happens. So we should see some files that we didn't see before. Yep, we now have a file rather called modules.rst file. Yeah, so that was generated when we executed this command. Now the next step would be to add this file that is being created to our index.rst file. So we're just going to open index.rst file and then go to this line, and then we're just going to type modules. Modules, yes, thank you Copilot. So there we go. We now have our modules.rst file, and we've just modified our index.rst file. Now we need to generate our documentation. Finally, we need to generate our documentation. So to do that, we need to cd into docs. Now we are in docs. I'm just going to close this and then close that as well. Just leave this one open, but you can close it if you want. Won't affect anything. Now that we are in the docs folder, we're just going to run our make html command. And by the way, before I run this make html command, I just wanted to let you guys know that I already have doc strings within our modules. So it's something that you also need to ensure. You need to ensure that all your modules have got doc strings, and by doc strings I mean these comments over here and these. So these are what these are what Sphinx uses to generate documentation. Let me just open another one to show you. So yeah, my doc strings, check this one. Yeah, my doc strings. So I've got doc strings in each and every one of these files. Main, I've got my doc strings over here, and then in my remove book.py file, I've got doc strings here as well. And then in my search book file, I also have doc strings here. So in each and every one of your modules, you need to ensure that you do have doc strings. Like I said, doc strings are what Sphinx uses to generate documentation. Now coming back to our terminal, I'm just going to hit enter since we already have our make html command, and yeah, we're going to see what happens. If we get any error messages, then we know that there's something that is wrong. Okay, so we did get an error message. So this means that something is wrong. What could be wrong? So I noticed what's wrong. So error messages are very important, and we need to pay attention to them. So yeah, it's telling me that the error message that I'm getting, what's causing the error message rather, is that they're using the theme named Sphinx. So here it says Sphinx RTD theme. So we need to look within our config.py file, where we made this typing mistake. So let's see. So as you can see here, it's here on line 32. There's an H missing. Okay, perfect. So now let's try again now that we have corrected that error. So we're just going to rerun our make html command. So make html command. Let's hope that we don't get any error messages this time around. I'm just going to hit enter now. No error messages, please. Okay, perfect. So we didn't get any error messages. Now we need to go into our docs folder and go inside the build folder, and then within the build folder we need to go into the HTML folder. Let's just do it via the file explorer. I think it will make life easy for us. I'm just going to hit back, hit back, hit back again. So this is the folder from where we are working. So we need to go inside docs, build HTML, and then click on the index.html file. So this is the one that should display our Sphinx generated documentation. Okay, there we go. And we can see the name of our app here, which is book app. Let's just click on it. Let's see what happens. So there we go. We're seeing all the modules that we have, all the modules that we created. So list books, data, those are the modules that we created. I'm just going to click here so that we can see the documentation that was generated. So this is the documentation that was generated for the book function, and this is like a summary of the summary that we provided for the book function. And we can find this if we go back to VS Code. I'm just going back to VS Code to show you what I mean. So we're going to look for the book function. So where is our book function? Here is our book function. So this is like the summary for this function, which is adds a book to the inventory. Now let's go back to our browser. Let's see if this is the same as what we're seeing here. So adds a book to the inventory, which is here. Oh, this one is like that first line. Oh my goodness, this is the first line. Where is it? It's this one. So module add book handles adding books to the inventory. Let's go back again. So module add book handles adding books to the inventory. Perfect. And then this is what I thought was this. So this is the ads. This is the summary rather. So this one is like the summary for the module. The first one, summary for the module, the entire module, and this is the summary for the specific function, which in this case is our add book. So yeah, we managed to successfully generate documentation using Sphinx for our Python project. So this is essentially how it's done. Yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, I wish you all the best.